And I'm going here as well. Not great, not terrible. I got that quote. Chernobyl, good series. Okay, so yes, hello. My name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this game of Master of Command. Now, I know that on the schedule it was due to be infection-free zone today. I will probably do that tomorrow, although I've been going on a bit of a jam on Master of Command myself. Like, I started doing a... I actually started a new Sweden run. This one is actually Iron Man. Because I realised that I kind of like the achievement system in this game. So Sweden, for example, you need to do a bunch of things on Iron Man in order to unlock these new regiments. These regiments are actually really, really cool. I kind of want more of them, because we managed to get the Queen's Life... I managed to get the Queen's Life Musketeers in my single-player game, and oh boy, they are quite juicy. And then here as Prussia, we've unlocked the Freikorps Volunteers, which is one of the new gameplay modes. We've got the Beirut Dragoons out there somewhere that we might be able to recruit. And then there's a couple of other things. So we are the Cantonist Levy, so we probably do want to try to get 10,000 reservists at one time. Because as it happens in my Sweden game, the Itzenplitt Musketeers have been the bane of my existence. I've come up against them several times, and I need to usually dedicate like all of my best close combat troops to take them down as quickly as I can, because yeah, they're kind of dangerous. Freikorps Volunteers is a different game mode, so we're not doing that. We have already done the first region. Win the campaign would be nice. Inflict 10,000 casualties, we have done. Equip 8 regiments with ramrods, I think that's something we can do. Have 8 regiments of Prussian Grenadiers. I think that one's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. Because we have mostly skirmishers at the moment. Campaign is the Freikorps Volunteers and Iron Man with 3 negative modifiers. The negative modifier system is also kind of cool, actually. Custom difficulties. I hadn't played with that before, and now I have. So doing that with Freikorps, doing that with Old Corps, these are the 2 other gameplay modes. You don't get anything for turning up the difficulty on like the base level, except for this one, Pour le Mérite. Complete a campaign on Iron Man with all 5 with 5 negative modifiers will definitely make things a bit more difficult. And actually, one of the negative modifiers I really like, because it increases the requirements for leveling up all of your troops by 1 level. And that actually makes a really big bit of difference. It means that everything is spaced out. One of the criticisms I have actually is it's really easy to get these top tier units. Like, we are midway through Act 2, so we're halfway through the game. Max level, max level, max level, max level, max level. Hang on, is Battalion Artillery max? No, Horse Artillery is actually max. Okay, so the artillery we've done nothing with. Veteran Musketeers, I think you can become Lifeguard. Yes, you can. Veteran, Musketeers, Cuirassiers, Don Cuirassiers. Is Don max? I think Don might be max. Oh, don't do that. Yes, so max level. So we have 4 of our units which are already maxed out. And with the +1 level, this would have taken just that much longer, because +1 to get to here, +1 to get to here, +1 to get to here. Yeah, I actually kind of like how that balance has changed. But anyway, I'm just trying to see which of these achievements we can actually feasibly complete. So we're not doing Iron Man, so we can't do any of those. 5 officers to max level. Maybe. We don't have any of those. 8 regiments of Grenadiers. Maybe. 8 Ramrods we can almost certainly do. So it's Ramrods, Grenadiers, and max level generals. We've already got 2 max level generals, and what we would probably need to do with them is bench them in order to start training some new ones up so we don't lose them, which will also decrease the strength of these units, which would be kind of bad. Are we near a city? We've just raided Volgnitz. Right. Yeah, so we need to dismantle 5 slums and raid 3 settlements. Unfortunately, raiding settlements takes a long time. So we might be slightly screwed on completing this, because I also now know that once this timer finishes, These guys are extremely, hilariously fast. I was kind of hoping you could do like a little bit of cat and mouse, like you're just keeping ahead of them and they're chasing you down, but they like inexorably catch you. No, they literally just go meow across the map and catch you. So yeah, once this maxes out, you've got like a day or two, maybe a week at most, of freedom until they catch you and then murder you. And in my Swedish Iron Man with 5 negative levels, it has been a challenge because I actually did 2 of these achievements at once. So I've been working on Death March stance, which means you are continually taking attrition while you're in Death March, but it does mean that you actually get to move around the map extremely fast. It's actually kind of nice, but it means you're constantly losing troops. And then I'm also playing with 5 negative modifiers, which is not easy. The last battle of Act 1, the headquarters battle, I won with like 900 men still standing at the end of that fight. Recuperating in Act 2 is going to be a challenge, but it should be a fun one. Hopefully we're not going to do as badly here. In fact, we definitely aren't, because we got quite decent stuff. Oh yeah, 10,000 reservists. We could probably do that one too, right? When we're looking at Britain. Oh, and killing the 6 encamped armies. I was looking at the wrong... No, it wasn't. Cantonist levies, that's who we are. Have 10,000 reservists. Probably doable. Wait, are we Cantonist levies? Yes, that's what this is. So, 10,000 levies we can do. Freikorps we cannot. Inflict casualties already done. Ramrods. Right, the Grenadiers. We have none. We could. But we've been focusing a lot more on the Jaegers because we really like those. These are veteran musketeers, which is going down the other path because we wanted the lifeguards. Because our strategy so far has been hold the front line with high morale units and then do the actual killing from the flanks with our Jaegers and with our cavalry. We've got really good cavalry, which is these two. And we've got really good ranged fire shooters, which is these guys. The unit which I am consistently underwhelmed by is the artillery. Although we have extremely powerful guns in this army. So we should be doing better. I think part of it is I need to remember to change ammunition style. Wait, you can change. Oh, it's only showing if you actually have them there. Here I can click the button even though you have no difference. So what do you have? You have Grape Shot, which is a huge range reduction. You have Canister, which is also a huge range reduction. I'm kind of wondering if I should be deploying these with those Canister and Grape enabled. Your main thing is accuracy. Kind of wondering if I want to give the Grape Shot to you. Because you're going to have a huge range regardless. Although we have come across enemies that had longer range than we did. We're still only battalion artillery. We're not even field artillery yet. Yeah, we only just got this up and running, I think. Master and Commandering away. How many campaigns deep? So I haven't actually completed any, but I've got one Swedish campaign, which I got Did I get to Act 3? Yes, I've just completed 2 and I got into 3, but I haven't actually played it. I have a second Swedish one, which I'm doing Iron Man with 5 negatives. I started a very short British one, but I didn't actually do anything on that one, I don't think. That was more just because I wanted to see what it was like. And then this Prussian one. So I think what I want to do is complete these and try to get 10,000 reserves if I can. We are on Act 2, I think. They're double our troops. Yeah, I'm fairly sure we're in Act 2. Oh, hello. Intercepted a convoy transporting coinage, likely a treasury of a local garrison, being moved under escort. The gold's been hastily packed and there's no time to search it all. I think that we should shake them down. Although, yeah, let's shake them down. So we have to fight you and then immediately you. Well, this will be fun. So what do you have? You've got 6 cavalry units. What is it with these guys in cavalry? I forgot how much of a problem we were having with that. Fighting cavalry with Sweden, I kind of laugh because Swedish forces are or their infantry is really good hand to hand. It's like the cavalry charges me, I'm like, so what? You're gonna die. With the Prussians, it hasn't been quite so easy. You have no artillery, however. And they're going to be coming in close. So I think what I want to do is blow the shit out of you. So let's give you the canister and load it. You have the shortest range, naturally. Oops, I gave that to the wrong unit. Ah! I want to give this to you. Load it. Yeah, so you're all at roughly... Ah, I gave you horses so you could move faster. Okay, I'm starting to remember what my strategies here were. What problem's actually been morale? Because my artillery likes running away for some reason. Cover effectiveness. You're going to be the one getting closest, so you probably need cover the most. And you've already got treatise each. And we do have extra ramrods. Which you could do with. I'm sure I was saving money for... Oh, you already have ramrods. Shit. You are the one I meant to give it to. My bad. Hopefully I have something I can give you instead. Movement speed. Your snipers. That's really not helpful. Should really give that to cavalry. Oh well, you have an extra slot then. So it goes. Okay, so the howitzer is here to do terrible, terrible damage. Alright, so what I've started doing at the start of these battles is grabbing everyone and then just doing this. So everyone is columned up, ready to move, and then I also know who I have not deployed. So what do they have? They have a huge amount of cavalry. Dragoons, Hussars, Field Hussars, Petroki cavalry, so they're going to be special. Veteran and Vanguard. 96 stamina, 71 charge. Alright, so we need something really frickin' tough in the middle. Ooh, nice hill. I mean, hills are good. They help with accuracy. So who's my stand and hold unit? Carneater. Yes, I remember you. So you're going to be the linchpin around which the rest of my army moves. And then I think I basically want... That is not a natural looking unit. Blue Kiwi. Let's put some ranged units in between. Actually, if you're in that formation, I wonder if you still move fast. Probably. I'll put you on the far end. And then Musketeers, it's going to be hex stacks. Go there. And then the artillery. Drug dealer's already horse artillery. I didn't think we had any, but apparently we do. We have 2 battalion, 1 horse. So you are the canister shot howitzers. So you absolutely want to be near the front. You two want to be behind. And the Cuirassiers and the Don Cossacks. Alright, so Maharo, you are the anti-cavalry cavalry. Alright, I also have a much larger unit myself. And then the supply train, we want to be basically trundling between artillery pieces. So first things first, everything moves forwards. In a roughly straight line. And we're all columned up, so we should be moving very quickly. You lot can form up here. Right, I remember how this works. Light infantry can be ahead of the line infantry. And you're mostly here to give organization buffs. Alright, artillery, once you're all in position, I will have you on limber. There's all of you. So the big guns are already opening up. I'm actually going to tell you to hold fire for a second. Because what I'd most like you to do is shoot at their high-level cavalry. Because the infantry I'm not that concerned about. We can counter infantry, and we can counter them pretty hard. You to move forwards a bit more. Yeah, Lithuanian Vanguard Cavalry is actually relatively low level. So I don't really want to waste artillery on you. You're naturally killing cavalry anyway. I would like to think so. I need you to move forwards just a tiny bit more. Just one more little... That'll do. Alright, howitzers should be in range of you. I don't know why they've left two of their cavalry units just right at the back. So these settled hussars are in range. I'll start firing canister. Cannot be used for indirect. Oh, so you may actually need to be in front of units. Interesting. Well, you're horse artillery, so this is kind of what you're meant to do. I'm assuming that cannon can shoot through skirmishers. Ah, shit. Caught them. Cannon, you go ahead and unlimber. And then, because I want to see you fire. See how you do. Here come the cavalry charges, and unfortunately they have actually managed to catch me A big old gap here. Looks like you're coming after them though, but you should not be able to do very much. Yeah, you can just hit them, that's fine. Field hussars are running. Gonna do anything? I think you have actually. Yeah, you have taken a shot. Let's fire at will. Intro Knight's going to be in for a bit of a hard time. Let them fire. Come on, canister, come on, canister, come on, canister. There you go. Yeah, they got the horse cannon. But I think they're actually going to break before the cannon do, which is impressive. They broke. Well, we're definitely extracting a cost. Oof. Oof. Let's bring Maharo. We hit them in the back. Oh, you've got Lancers now too. Nice. Okay, this was not a very scary cavalry unit. Either that or Blue Kiwi is just very good at close combat, which is also possible. You as well. Cavalry there. You guys need to back off to here. Oh man. No, they caught you. Hey, Faceless. And there's the victory. That was messy. But our our veteran muskets held admirably. Messi was there. Lots of money too. Nice. So I did lose 1,700. We killed 4,000, so you know what? I'll take that. And because we have another fight also, we're trying to hit 10,000 reservists. So I think I'm going to take all of the reservists. We may as well immediately start promoting you. I think you two might be ready for promotion as well. So we'll do this. Yes, you guys are now field artillery, which is more morale, more troops, because you have 6 guns instead of 4, more accuracy, your reload however goes down, and more stamina. Which should correspond with an overall firepower increase. We do need reservists, but that can come in time. So what do we get? We got a bunch of treatises. Reload and movement speed. Well, I know people who like those. Accuracy and veterancy. I'll actually give you the reload, because you guys don't really need the veterancy. And the movement speed will help you get out of danger. Gustavus Adolphus, stamina recovery, morale recovery. That sounds incredible for cavalry. Wow, you guys also have a lot of stamina, crikey. I would say probably for you. Yeah. And we also got good sturdy shoes. Give you that for movement speed as well. We have more good sturdy shoes. I think I'll give to you. And then we have quartered musket balls. Musket balls scored with deep slits, giving them a steadier spin, breaking apart on impact for greater harm. Accuracy and range, but they do consume more ammo. Ammo consumption has been a bit of an issue, although we're not using carbines anymore, so it's now less of an issue. Who has the longest range? You do, by far. So I think I'm going to give this to you. And then you do have carbine, so having more accuracy and charge might be a thing. Although you have the spirit ration, so maybe not. We'll give these guys some extra accuracy. You've already got cover effectiveness and morale. You've already got morale and morale damage received. You guys are already using good swords. Alright, then I think that's everyone. So we are potentially going to have another fight straight away, although you're already trying to run away. You have seen how mighty my army is. So we're going to chase you down and beat you. You have 2 artillery. You have no 3 artillery. You have no cavalry, though, which is the complete opposite to last time. 1 field, 2 battalion. So we have way more artillery. Musketeer, musketeer, grenadier. Polish Janissaries, I've heard are good. And then we've got Hajduk skirmishers. What? Anything very special? No cavalry to worry about. Having quartered musket balls and units of Jaegers with rifles is chef's kiss. Yeah, actually in my Sweden game, I did get a unit of rifles. They are really good. I can just imagine what Jaegers with rifles in this would be. Like, Sweden doesn't have any Jaeger unit, but I gave them to a unit, the Finnish Musketeers. They are so incredibly accurate. So my thinking here is we just have such overwhelming firepower that I'm kind of tempted just to make you all round shot in order to just bombard the crap out of them. Although you have no cavalry, so flanking's going to be my friend. And I think that's going to be over on this side. So let's move the cavalry out to the side. And then for the rest of you, just going to do this so I can see who I've put out. And who's the one with the long range? You. So I kind of think the long range should probably be on the flank. Where are the Janissaries? Left flank. So let's put you on the left flank as well. Need to not forget that this Prussian army has a very small front line compared to my Swedish line. My Swedish line like stretches across the map because I have so much musketeers. My Prussian one, though, far less so. Let's grab all of the artillery. That's all of the artillery. Oh, these only have 5 guns. You only have 4. Huh. So these have 1 less gun than my Swedish artillery do. I also forgot to rename you. You're not battalion artillery anymore, you're field artillery. Right, so Carnita is my centre force. We'll put Blue Kiwi on that side. We'll have Hex Dex over here. No, you know what? Let's put Hex Dex on this side. And then what we're defending is either going to be these forests, or if we can get to it, these fields. And I seem to remember we're relatively quick moving, so let's see if we can get to the fields. Except the artillery shoot with about the same accuracy as stormtroopers. Yeah, you're not wrong. Who has the cover thing? We do. Range 205, range 27. Okay. Who do I want to give the cover to? Probably the skirmishers. Dex. Dex is kind of slow. I wonder. I'll move you out to the flank with these guys. Oh, yeah, Intronet's 2 meters away. Okay. There goes their artillery. Polish Janissaries are just pressing forwards. Are you good in close combat? Ooh, shoot, you are. How fast are you? 45. How fast are you? 46. Haha! Alright, it's time for you to run away! Fortunately, I sent you to the wrong side. You could actually go ahead and unlimber and just start firing at this point. And you two can also unlimber. Oh, the Janissaries backed off. Temporarily. You fired and did no damage. Huh. Charge. Let's charge. You shoot the grenadiers, because I'm actually a little bit more scared of them. You look like you fired again. Okay, you've got another 40 kills. Still really low, considering I've got your canister shotting. Are you trying to charge me? Well, I would rather you didn't do that. Alright, you guys are dragoons, so, dragoon them. No, don't. Not that way. Actually doing a lot of damage to these musketeers. I'm not appreciating that. And yes, I know I have my cavalry there doing nothing at the moment. That's fine. Shattered. Both. Let's move up. See if we knew. And this is where the quality of my shooting should really start to play into effect. Ha! Shatter. Ping. Okay, you're now standing in a really bad place. Could you please not? Thank you. Already smashed. So we took a lot of damage to one of our musket units, but otherwise that was okay. But again, I am really underwhelmed by artillery. We had them in a really good spot, pinging away, enfilade, close range, canister, and they got maybe 300 kills? 236, not even. Alright, so what do we got? Ooh, good quality cavalry lances, good quality cavalry pistols, some more quartered musket balls, and then pocket bibles, which are really good for our frontline units. And we will once again recover casualties and regain reserves. Bunch of people were promoted. And Talbot has leveled up. You are my sniper guy. Morale? Reload and movement. Accuracy! Oh, hell yeah! Oh, that's true. I'm sorry, I forgot about them. You can tell when I've been playing Sweden, because I just ignore this until, like, you get the pop-up saying, hey, you reset the thing. So my general at the moment is giving morale, mostly. And I think that's still the main thing I want you to do. I mean, army campaign movement, speed and visibility I think are really good. So maybe... we'll go for some more of those, and then recovery and replenishment. Okay.
Huzzah!
So, cuirassiers. Well, first thing I'm going to do is give you the good quality lance, because charge 8, accuracy -8 is just better. And then I think I need to give you the lance as well. I actually kind of feel like the horseshoe is the least impressive part of your kit right now. Although giving you a lance will reduce your accuracy, but do I care about that? That does actually... oh, it just has poor charge. It doesn't give you any extra charge bonus. Pocket Bible would also be nice because it reduces the damage you're receiving, although it would be bigger for these guys. You guys don't have Pocket Bibles? Oh no. Actually one of my favourite items. That morale damage received and fire damage received on frontline units is huge. I mean, maybe we want to give it to them, but there are so many other items that our skirmishers can be using. Right, the other thing I noticed is you're flashing away at me to tell me that you can become Prussian lifeguards. So your shock goes up, your morale goes up, your accuracy goes up, and your reload very much goes up. So we've now got Carnita's lifeguards. We've got the artillery, which is no longer battalion artillery. It is field artillery. Here's a regimental. That's good. And these two are only a level away as well. You're level 5. Oh, because you're just regular musketeers. So we could make you into grenadiers if we wanted to. And judging by the close combat kit I've been giving you, I think that was the intention. Yeah, and you got Jönköpings. So you're going to be Prussian grenadiers, for which you need level 6, not level 5. So never mind. Oh man, you would need level 7 for those. With the modifier. It's a big change. So much more morale. 65 morale. Damn. .35 accuracy to the 25. To the 40. Mordred, how are you liking this game? I was very impressed given the scale. I really like it. I've actually been super impressed. It's got me way more than I thought it would. Because having seen Armchair Historian playing a little bit of it, I thought it did look a little simplistic. But no, it's surprisingly deep. And I really like how the different factions feel and play differently. Like my strategy with Prussia is really quite different from my strategy with Sweden. Sweden, I fire 2 or 3 volleys and then charge. Prussia, I'm like, hold! Hold! And just keep on shooting because you'll win eventually. But hold! It's like Empire Total War that doesn't suck. Yeah, I know. What are we saving up for a new brigade? We don't have any commanders, so probably not. We could go hunting, but what we really need to do is burn another settlement, so I think that Debrusian's probably going to be that city. Soz. Well, what we can do is we can double check to see if there's anything here that I want. Or, you know, sell, loot. And then just loot it right back again. I also have haversacks I should give out, especially to the Jaegers. Right, and I should also recruit and buy all of this stuff because you're about to lose it all. Alright peeps, you know what to do. Get burning. Done. Ooh, excellent quality. So that's now 2 of the 3 settlements raided. And right, I also wanted to give the haversacks away to you guys if you can use them. Yes. Oh, haversacks is not ammo. Never mind. That, however, is. And the thing which is probably going to be swallowing ammo the most is going to be you. We already have limber chests, though. Oh, but they're not large. That increases reload speed. I think I'd rather you just had more ammo. And I do also need to continue recruiting more regiments. I can't sit on that too much. We also got gun picks. Are you all using gun picks for the equipment? Yes, yes, yes. No, yes, no. You, I feel like, wants to. So let's give you that. And then morale and movement speed, or morale and stamina. That's the one that we want you to have. Which you could use. I'll give it to you, though. I'll give you the movement speed, actually. You're going to need it. 35. You're still faster than you are. Do boots? Do. Right, then we also have the quartered musket balls, which we very much want to give to some of these guys. 92 accuracy, blimey. To you. Just because you're going to be a bit cheaper to upgrade. Alright, next. We still need to dismantle a bunch of slums, which are all down here. There's also fresh recruits here. Although that's not recruitable. That's more infantry, though, which we could probably do with. Control. Alright, what you got? Prussian Fusiliers, Freicourt Dragoons, Musketeers, Musketeers. Canton Recruits. We're going to take them, because I do actually quite like training people up from scratch. So these Canton Recruits, yeah, you can be under von Kalinicus. That sounds good to me. And I think you're probably going to be another Grenadier unit. Do I have any more Jönköpings? No, Potsdam. Liège will work. And Noble Estate. There is a level 5 here, but the level 5s are really quite expensive. What I'd very much like to have is some level 0s. And then train them up. Alright, let's go check out these slums. Oh. Cold season has set in and will not lift until we've taken the region. Snow and frost blanket the land. Our provision consumption has increased, and visibility and movement speed have decreased. The Winter Quarters Malus is now in effect and will remain for the duration of the season. So we're using more provisions. Campaign movement speed and visibility are decreased. We'll lower it then. And it also changes the map. So we're roughly halfway through. We still have a lot of things to do, so I'd love to go into foraging mode, but I just don't think we can really afford to. I will buy jewellery, because it's usually worth quite a lot of money. And thankfully this district has a lot of slums. A gathering of soldiers and civilians has taken root in one of the back rooms here. The air is thick with smoke and coin-changing hands over faro. Some of the men have expressed interest in... coin-changing... no. trying their luck. We may allow a modest wager or stake a greater sum with hopes of returning richer. There's also talk of rigging the game, though doing so may draw ire if we are discovered. Moderate chance. I'm just going to do the small one. Doesn't look like we won. You're immediately going to run away, but there is actually a field army up here. And we only need 2 more slums, and they're both here. And we have not explored this area at all, so I'm expecting there to be at least 1 more small town. There's got to be, really. There it is. And it's not a very good one, so this works. Yeah, the Grenadiers need level 6. Okay, so what do these guys have? They do have 3 artillery units. Magnate artillery. Slow replenishment. 30 accuracy, 30 reload. It's faster than we are. Only 100 troops, they're small units too. Magnate musketeers. Observation, observation, observation. Grenadiers, artillery, fusiliers, fusiliers. So they have 4 units of artillery. Unfortunately for them, no cavalry to screen them. So I don't think this is going to require anything particularly special. We just need to be careful that we don't suffer too many casualties here. Lord Greystroke coming in with a 73-month resub. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there, Lord Greystroke. Much appreciate that. McHappyface coming in with a 10-stream streak. Nice, thank you. And then Carnita coming in with a 59-month resubscription. 1 more month for the big 5. Hope everyone had a great day and the weekend will be even better. It's been a pretty good one so far. No complaints. Alright, I'm seeing a couple of spots of elevation that we could definitely stick the artillery on. And then these fields would make for a very nice defensive line. So my thinking right now is force artillery on the flank with the regular artillery. And grape shot cannot be indirect either. Interesting. Definitely not like Ultimate General. I think I prefer the artillery in Ultimate General. Less micro-intensive. Right, so we want our most accurate skirmishers. You have 101 accuracy. Good God. I mean, I'm saying that in a very happy way. It may not sound happy, but it is. You can go there. Let's use you here. You can go over there. Although again, I may not need to spread out that much. Although actually I do like having long lines. So let's put Carnita in the center with Sci-Fi Fan. Let's put Hexdex. Who's better at shooting at these two? Oh, easily Blue Kiwi. So Blue Kiwi, you go with them. Hexdex, you go on the far flank. And then the Cantonist recruits will put on the very, very far flank. And then our cavalry. Fusiliers are more dangerous. I think we're going to put you over here. Supply wagon can go with you. And then Mordred, you are basically in the centre. Hey, Miss Donny. Alright. I think we are about ready to advance and deploy. actually advancing very quickly as well. Where are you going? Chasing me, don't like that. Oh my god, straight down the line. Oh man. Now, the only danger here is if you guys charge us. Most of the fighting is going to be over there, so let's put you over on that side. You may as well advance to there. Grenadiers! Need to be careful of you. Got away. Fantastic. "151 kills. You've got like a volley." Nope. I don't like them. I don't think they're very good. And their artillery is suffering exactly the same fate. Okay, that's all dead. You have charged my skirmishers. I do not appreciate that whatsoever. You actually set yourselves up where they are. And then you come around here. And you're kind of isolated right now, so let's just go and punish you for that. And, yeah. So how many kills have you guys got? 52, 49. Oh, those are Jaegers. No, 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 no. Unacceptable. Shit shelter. Oh, those are grenadiers even. So one of the Jaeger units got kind of beaten up. These are all Fusiliers. Yeah. You cannot attack this position. That is Probably one of the strongest positions I've seen in the game. A fence on a hill. Large cartridge box. Up to 8,200, though we do have a bit of replenishment to do here. Meanwhile, Dahl has been promoted. Jolly good. You need 6, and you also need 6. Dahl is my cavalry commander. Gentlemanly, now that's an interesting trait. Open terrain, grass, combat effectiveness, which cavalry are basically always on. However, it does slow them down. No, movement speed's too important. Charge. It's gotta be really. Alright, so now we have 3 level 5s. And we did get some new stuff. So medicinal herbs are really nice. Casualties recovered. And stamina reduction. I mean, casualties recovered. On the horse artillery. Maybe. You know what the horse artillery really needs? Cover. Let's try with this. Is there something you can take instead? Morale, movement speed, stamina, movement speed. Fire a lot, so probably the stamina. Then now we did get the large cartridge box, which would be fantastic for you. Yeah, all 3 of you could really do with cartridge boxes, to be quite honest. And then the casualty recovery. Probably for Carnita. You already have it, but that's an upgrade. Then I would say Blue Kiwi. I've just upgraded you very expensively for no reason. Morale and stamina, which actually for you is super useful because your morale is now 97. 81 stamina. And also remarkably fast for a frontline defensive unit. Alright, so let's go to Markushko. And we are again... Boom, there's the 10k. Done. We're going to spend all of our money on provisions. Should probably have checked you first, but never mind. And yes, we did get one achievement, which is... as the Cantonist levies have 10,000 reservists at one time, so we've got the Complete Musketeers unlocked. I would still like to get the Ramrods. Grenadiers I don't think we're ever going to achieve. Then maybe the max level officers. But for that we really do want to try to keep these alive. Alright. Burn baby burn. So this one's going to take a little bit longer to burn. New unit received, Prussian Grenadiers. So actually that's one of the Grenadier units we needed. And we still need to dismantle 2 slums. Good quality gaiters, good quality cross pendants. Cross pendants. Oh, you're not using. Just one of you. Oh, yeah, the Bible stuff. 6-3. I think I prefer the damage received reduction. I mean, actually, morale and charge would be even better for the wannabe grenadiers. But we also have the actual grenadiers. Which will need a name. Veterancy gain, so you level up a bit faster, sounds like it might be reasonable. And then gun. So you're currently using Potsdam. Excellent reload, poor charge. Accuracy, range. Range melee, range melee. One musket we can sell, Potsdam. The same as the 4-6-4. And pattern better because they have better combat skill. Socket, bayonet, basic, 5-5. Yeah, I think that's fine. You probably do want the basket hilt. You still have an accuracy of 50. Which is actually not half bad. Charge of 56, combat at 44. This game looks a bit like Total War series. Are they similar? Yes, they're quite similar. I'd say that this is kind of what if Total War met Ultimate General. The battles feel more Total War than Ultimate General, but the progression is very Ultimate General. How do you like the game? Given how much you streamed it and telling us playing offline, I'd say quite a lot. Yeah, it's usually a pretty good shout. If I'm playing something willingly offline, there is a high chance that I quite like it. Because as I said, I've got my Swedish playthrough that I've just started again because I wanted to get some of these achievements. Like, this is achievements done right. Achievements in... I have to criticize my own company here. Paradox games just kind of feel hollow. Whereas the achievements here, you're actually getting stuff. I kind of prefer that. Just the sense of satisfaction, doesn't really do it for me. But the fact that you're unlocking these units, you don't just get them for free. That's actually a really big deal for me. If this was just getting them for free for completing something arbitrary, don't care. But they're random. You don't always get them. And some of the, like, when you get into a new act, you have a choice of, like, 3 different missions you can undertake. Sometimes those mission rewards are the units you've unlocked. Or you can sometimes find them in, like, the barracks as you're out exploring, although they are very rare. So even though they're available, they are by no means guaranteed. So you're not going to end up with an entire army of just achievement units. And then each of the different nations has their own. Ramstein achievement, well done. Yeah, I need some more ramrods so I can get Ramstein. But I'd also very much like to try to max out my army before we get to the next area. So we're going to have 2 Lifeguard, 2 Grenadier, 3 Jaeger. Maybe 4? No, I think you should probably be another Lifeguard. I would eventually like to have 4 Cavalry. And then 4 Artillery, probably. No, let's make this another Musketeer. I could probably honestly go down to 2 Artillery and not really feel a difference. It'd be kind of nice if there was a stat on here. Which showed total lifetime kills and losses. Like, comparing these guys to these guys would be a very different thing. Very impressed with the demo, but only use cavalry. Yeah, I mean, different armies, again, fight very differently. Who has the best cavalry? Probably Russia because of the Cossacks. Although I have to say, the Swedish cavalry hits like a freaking truck. France also has good cavalry. Is this game new? Looks a bit like Total War games. Other similarities? Yes, lots of similarities, and it's relatively new. I think it released this year. Maybe towards the end of last. I have to check now. I'm curious. October 25. And it's got the one DLC that adds... No, it has two. It has one which is free, which adds the HRE. And then the most recent one, which adds Poland, Lithuania, and Sweden. So I have been playing a lot of Sweden. Although they very much do not fight in the way that I prefer to play this type of game. I usually am a very defensive commander. I like playing from a foundation of strength with like specialist units. Which actually Prussia has been doing quite well on that. I suspect Britain would do that too. I also really like my skirmisher units, as you may notice from all of these. For which Austria is apparently the best. What is France's speciality? I think France's speciality is its heavy cavalry, the cuirassiers. So you got Sweden, which is all about charging. But they have poor morale, so you kind of need to manage that kind of carefully. They also have the special research system, so you don't have a general that levels up over time. So you can customize what your army is doing with that. You've got Prussia, which is all about standing and shooting. I think they are better at shooting than the British, but the British are just better at standing there and taking the punishment. Austria, which is all about their light infantry and artillery. Russia, which is about big stacks of troops and their cavalry, particularly the light cavalry, thanks to the Cossacks. And actually we have a Cossack unit, which we got from a quest, which I kind of like. It's nice having a few bits of variety. France, I think, is for their heavy cavalry. Who else is there? HRE. I think HRE is supposed to just be flexible. They're probably the most balanced. I feel like I'm missing someone. Oh, Poland, Lithuania. Cavalry. We like the punishment. Hey, Fraser. So yeah, onwards. So do I think that I can get any of the other achievements? I know I keep checking this, but I have a memory like a fish. Officers, probably, but we need to level up the officers soon, because they're otherwise just not going to have the time to gain the experience. Destroying 6 encamped armies during one playthrough. That I can probably do, because there is one right here. And the slums are honestly not that far away. We have almost as many troops as you do, which is kind of scary for you. As we pass through the outskirts of the shanty, one of the men noticed 2 young lads playing the fife and the drum with remarkable precision. Their coats hung off them like sacks, clearly orphaned, dressed in the remnants of fallen kin. The boys say their parents were taken by the war. They ask for nothing, but if we take them in, they may serve as field musicians, to be spared the life of begging. So do we want foreign musicians, bagpipes, or field musicians? I feel like Prussia is more of a field musician thing. Morale and movement speed. Hello, Grenadiers. Actually, you also have one of those. So do you. You know what? Let's give you this, because I think these two having their high morale is really important. Though the movement speed for the Grenadiers is probably more important. So I think what I might actually do is steal you and give them to you. What do I take in exchange, though? I've run out of money! It's happened. I think I might actually take the Spirit Russians. That's more of a cavalry thing. Need both of you to hit level 6 before I can actually level you up. And the Cuirassier is already max level. So they're max level. You can still become veteran grenadiers. Guess you're just more of a mixed unit. Yeah, I haven't really seen the point of the Fusiliers for the Prussians. The Lifeguards and the Grenadiers are just better. Although I guess... you know what? I kind of think that the Lifeguard unit should be smaller. 1,400 men for a Lifeguard is a lot. This was 1,200 and you were 16. Then there's a reason to get you. 400 extra men is not something small, because then you have the less morale. So they're just going to stand there and take the punishment, but they're the ones that are actually going to dish it out. If you had like fast reload, you had the accuracy, and you had the morale, that'd be a more balanced army. Okay, so we need to raid one more slum, which is up there. So I think we're going to go and fight you at the same time. Oh, that's a fairly hefty army. So they've got 3 cavalry units, Lithuanian Vanguard, Polish Veteran, and Petorshi. Petorshi is scary because of the charge, but when you actually get them into combat, they're kind of eh. Level 7s! Oh boy, that's some high-level artillery. Field. Veteran Musketeers, Musketeer, Polish Musketeer, Veteran Dragoon. Polish Dragoon Guard. Reload of 50. That with carbines is kind of scary. Russian Converged Grenadiers. 1,800 very angry big guys charging at you. Okay. There's a little village. There's some height on either side. There's a bigger village there. Tiny little forest. Bigger forest. You can kind of trace a line. Kind of there. Question being whether I can get there quickly enough. And I'd also be under withering fire from their artillery in the meantime. Although, as I've said before, artillery is a bit eh. I found AI artillery way more effective than my own has been often. Level 7 Lithuanian veteran muskets. Okay, those are going to be kind of scary. Veteran Polish cavalry, that's going to be scary. It's just the fact that you guys are all such high level. If I defend a line back here, then we can put our artillery up there. That at least makes it more accurate. So we go line here, out here, or maybe down here. Probably down here. And we don't need that big of a line because... Well, no, if I don't want them to flank me. Muskets, Lithuanian muskets. So this is actually quite a weak side, except for the Dragoon Guard. Question. Dragoon Guard 42-48 versus the Cuirassiers of 70-83. So the Cuirassiers would eat them for breakfast. It's just a question of getting the Cuirassiers to fight them. So how about I put my cavalry over here with that idea in mind. I think I'd also quite like to just shoot them, preferably from cover. And I feel like Smoke Cats is probably the man for that job. Just need to make sure they don't charge me. Well, I have my cavalry here to flank them, screen them. And where are their grenadiers? In the centre. Yeah, grenadiers and grenadiers, and then the Prussia cavalry. So my centre just needs to be tough. So I think what I might do is grenadiers in the very middle with Life Guard and Vet Musketeers. And Hex Decks, being my grenadiers in training, can go over on that side. All of the artillery. Well, horse artillery. I guess I'm again going to try and flank with you. I guess. You guys just, well, no. You know what? All three of you. I'm just going to sit on that hill in the middle. Then the Cantonists can go on the far flank to just secure that. Off we go! Let's try and get that land. Get that territory. Hold it. I do like it when you've got musicians in your army, you can actually hear them piping away. Well, we're definitely going to get into position before our opponent does. So that's good. I'm actually going to change you to a round shot. Alright, do I think I can take this town? Or do I want to defend back here? I mean, the town is better cover, and I'd rather deny my opponent the town if I can. So let's keep marching and see what we can do. I kind of got to continue moving up. So those Polish musketeers are just out here on their own. I kind of feel like I need to punish that. Crossing the river. I hadn't even noticed the river was there. Oops. Alright, artillery, you in place. Oops. Good enough. They did get one or two good shots off there, which is slightly annoying. Let's hit them in the back. Let's get you into cover. Your morale is just evaporating. So that's good. So it seems like we've got a decent hold over on that side. Artillery. Can I just... Do I want you to shoot their artillery? No, hit the Dragoon Guard. You chase them down. So I've got all of my artillery aiming at those Dragoon Guards right now, so we should be able to do some good against them. I like how my Cantonist recruits are the ones who are mostly fighting over on that flank. Except I don't actually like that. I kind of hate it. So we're going to move you two across. Look. Someone's an idiot. Let's have you actually move over there in some haste. Let's move the Grenadiers up to the fence so you're in some cover. Alright, so they're unfortunately not leaving their artillery completely unguarded. But you two should be able to do some pretty decent damage against them. Where's their Dragoon Guards? Okay, they're moving. So what I think I'd like to do is move you across. Have you effectively take their spot. And then come in behind with you. And then I think we're in a good position to take you guys on. You're currently trying to flank me and I don't appreciate you doing that. You're about to fire a volley. What I need to do then is move you over here. Alright, you switch to canister and start shooting them. You switch to grape shot, start shooting them. Them. Actually, that's really good because it means that you are really open to their firing. Yeah, there's some serious firing going over there, so I think we'll actually send my general to guard that side. How fast are you? 176! Alright, you go that way. And then you turn around and charge them. Because I wanted them to hit Maharo, because Maharo is actually quite tough. You guys firing at me is not appreciated. I wish you would stop that. You chase them down. Because I'd like to see them run off the road, off the map even. Have you fired with grape shot? No. So despite the fact that you're on a hill above them, you still refuse to shoot. Right, you, however, are grape shotting them. And now you are too. So in fact, what I think I might do is spread you out with this. Alright, nasty, you chase them down. Maharo. Chill. Meanwhile, over here, Yeah, now that Mordred's in this position, this is actually a really strong spot. You're fucked. You've got well, you've got Grape Shot and Canister firing at you, plus these veteran musketeers. Jaegers I could probably do a turning, and in fact, there is nothing threatening here. So how about you just go and stand there instead? In fact, we can just take the town if we wanted to. Oh no, they still have cavalry here. So that's what the risk is. Rotate. 133. Now you're starting to get some more kills. You two are holding over here, just fine, no problem. Veteran cavalry and veteran cavalry. Okay, this is where things will get a little bit hairy. Maharo might be in trouble here. Nope. Maybe? Yes? They're actually low on morale. The stamina is fantastic. Bye-bye! It was nice knowing you. You can break them before that. Good. And you finish them off. Okay, it looks like Maharo isn't going to win this. Maybe? No, taking way too many casualties. Kind of lucky the general didn't die there. Right, they're shattered. And if you can get a good hit in against them, they'll just immediately break. There they go. Shattered. Alright, so I think that's there, except for the Polish Dragoon Guards. Oh no, they've got these veteran Dragoons as well. Damn it! There's another one! Meanwhile, those Grenadiers have just disintegrated. You are now out of range. But I could move you forwards. Do that? I think I need to. Grenadiers charging. You back the fuck off. You can't charge. That's my cuirassiers backing up. Can I bring you into the fight again? Probably not. You've seen them off. You may as well start killing their artillery, honestly. They've left them unguarded. I need to run that far. Start shooting again. How's your stamina? Loads. This is why I've been building my stamina up. You basically won this fight. Right, they're out of range. So let's move you to here, and to here. Kill. Don't know about this one. Nope, we're winning. Boom. See them off. And after this, we probably need to rescue you. You're just hit by the artillery, so fair enough. I'll allow it. Meanwhile, they're running and you're chasing, which will shatter them. Oh, Maharo recovered? Oh, you legend! Shattered. You could probably break them. Do it. They're also being hit from the flank. Except, yeah, charging into a river. Not ideal. Welcome back to the fight, buddy, and shattered. Alright, so that's that entire flank wiped out. Wait, I have some skirmishers over here, yes I do. You, back off. You, charge. Sci-fi took a few hits there. Keep going. Morty, come back in closer. That's a very nasty cavalry charge. Not a huge amount I can do about that. You prepare for close combat. You prepare for close combat. And you lot pulverize that. Indra Knight's going to be in trouble here. These are the Dragoon Guards. So... What's that? Alright, time to start pinging-ponging through their cavalry and just see them off. Broken, shattered. Need the charge to end. Charge them. Boom! I'd say that went quite well. $1,000 ducats, damn. Win 50 battles. Another achievement. That's a lot of excellent quality kit. Ooh, heavy jackets, nice. Damn. Alright, so now I don't need conscripts anymore. How did the artillery do? Again, like these numbers compared to them. The exception actually of the grenadiers. Well, they were out of the fight for most of it. Yeah, 300. It's only 100 less than these guys, I guess. McNasty is kind of the one who took all the glory that time. It's usually what Maharo does. But Maharo was the one taking down all of their cavalry, so you know what? I'll allow it. What do I need? I don't need any... well, money. I want to get another regiment. Another... yeah, regiment. We lost 22% of the army, they lost 44. 5,000 kills. Let's go for the ransom. And we get a free doctrine as well. Melee damage reduction. Ammo consumption in battle. Buddy. Hi. Because we've run out of ammo a few times. Or run low. I don't think we've ever run out. And yes. And yes. Talbot's leveled up. Talbot's my shooter. Hello, accuracy. Hello, reload. I don't know what fire by rank is, but I think it's good. However, I don't think skirmishers fire in volley. In fact, I'm fairly sure they don't. I mean, your thing is accuracy. I thinking about buying this game. Do I have an affiliate link for it? I don't, no. But you should get it. It is good. And I haven't been sponsored. I paid for this one myself, so I can quite happily say I recommend this game. I think it's really good. You just got less ammo usage, so you need reload to use it. Yeah, that is true. And we are already incredibly accurate. Yeah. think that just makes sense. Like, this unit already has 95 accuracy. Level 6. We have another grenadier. Oh, and we also need to rename the Prussian grenadier. So Hexdex's grenadiers has appeared. Grenadiers! And then we need these guys. So the new Prussian unit is going to be available to someone in chat who has not already got a name in the game and who is a subscriber. So this is only going to be open for subscribers. What do I want? I want to know a king or queen in history, I don't care which, who is known as the Great. And the Cantonists. Okay, so there's 2 units that need naming. First one will go to the Grenadiers, the second will go to the Cantonists. So anyone in chat who is a subscriber who can give me a king or a queen who is the Great. Catherine or Alfred. Great stroke. That certainly works. So you get the Grenadiers. As it fits. Although I haven't really been using any other names. I prefer, whoops, single. I'm going to remove the Lord. Also means it's a bit shorter. Or the Macedonian lad. Carnita, I know you're already in the game. You're one of my most important units. So, someone else in chat. Okay, I'll open this to the non-subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, because they've had their chance, who can give me someone who is not Catherine, Alfred, or the Macedonian lad. In fact, I'll allow the Macedonian lad, because he hasn't been named. So someone in chat. First person will have a character name. Peter the Great. Yizbox. Say Cantonist, otherwise I don't know what type they are. Years boxes, Cantonist recruits. Thank you. So we still have space for another 3 units. I could probably do with another shooter, maybe even 2, probably 2. Then I can drop Crazy Tom, because his guns are just normal. We then have the big howitzers, the big long barrel. Probably. Who would I make these? I don't know. Lifeguards, probably. Alright, so people are replenishing, all of that stuff's good. We need to dismantle one more slum, but it's right there. I will buy that jewellery. Observation forces, campaign visibility plus 30%. And we got a gold brooch, that's very good. And we've completed both of these missions now. So we can either go for the headquarters, or we can continue looking around, see if we can find more of the expedition armies. I'm kind of tempted to do that, although I also really want to go to Shishtauqua. Wow, that is not an easy name to say. Shishtauqua, and in fact we can do this while foraging. There's no need for us to be quick. And I want to go to the barracks, and I want to see if there are any other Cantonists. There are not. I don't really feel like paying full price. Then in the town square, we can sell you, you, you. Oh, right. We also have a bunch of other stuff that we need to equip. So we'll confirm that. Noble Estate. There is another level 5 here. Veterancy gain, morale loss, range, loss of charge, cover effectiveness, charge reduction, morale damage dealt, morale himself down, stamina lost in battle, melee damage received. He's very good at shooting as well. Then we got Dietrich von Ramin. Spartan. Melee damage received and stamina. Ooh, that's a good one. Stamina and veterancy gain, morale damage received, fire damage received. Potentially like a grenadier commander. But for that we would really need our new brigade, which will be 3.5k. So I guess we save up for the new brigade if we don't find any other regiments that we want. The other thing we do need to do though is dole out some of this stuff. So we have the cross pendant, which is morale and charge, which is really a grenadier thing. So let's give that one to you. And then that one to you. We have the Spontoon, which is veterancy, morale, and morale recovery, which is definitely a lifeguard thing. Pretty sure. Oh no, you don't. It goes to Carnita, first of all. You get that one, then I think you can probably have that one. Then we have Haversacks, which is morale and stamina, which is again something for you guys. For you. Then we've got full gaiters, excellent quality, morale and movement speeds. That's for one of you. And in fact, what I think I can do is give you the excellent ones, give you the good ones. You already had good ones. And I think I'll just hold off on that. We do have charge resist. 70% reduction in melee damage received. Now, it does require you time to set them up. I'm actually kind of looking at maybe the skirmishers for this. Although I like them being more mobile. Maybe I give them to Carnita. Seeing as he usually sits at the very centre of my line. Yes, I did get an achievement. I'll take a look at what that was in a moment. And then we have the Bach and Ball rounds. Accuracy up, range, and consumption. I don't like the consumption. Honestly, maybe for the Cossacks with the carbines. They would then have 50 accuracy, which is pretty scary. Although I very rarely make them actually use their guns. They have them. So right now the longest range is Smoke Cat. The lowest accuracy is Intranite. So I think I'm going to give this to you, just to bolster. Right, I have to tell you to actually use these bullets. That I had forgotten. Yes, if we're in close range, then we tell you to use that. I just need to remember to actually do it. Similar thing that you can actually attach and detach bayonets. Which I should probably be doing with these units. But because they're kind of there protecting them, I never think that there's going to be time for them to attach bayonets. I don't know how long it takes them. It's probably quick. It's something I kind of wish you could automate. Cavalry will fire as they're charging. Yeah, that's true. Upgraded guns. You're using Potsdam. Would I prefer you to be using Delft? Very slightly increased range. Not really. Okay, so now I think we are going to be saving up thalers. Movement speed and visibility. And then recovery and replenishment. So considering I have 8,000 reservists now, probably not critical. I am really tempted to pick one of you two up. Because neither of you are terrible. I do generally like training commanders up myself. But then we would have, well, 1 a spare, and 2 immediately someone to slot in for the new brigade. Although you can find commanders just out in the world. Oh, heavy coats. I forgot about them. Those are for the cavalry. Because, yes, you are already using one. And that is just a straight upgrade. And you are not using one, and you probably should. Melee damage received is significant. I think it's finally time to get rid of that horseshoe. Gunsmith, foundry, powder house, woodmaster. Yeah, this is where the ramrods are. If we wanted to get up to the 8 units using ramrods, which would be fairly easy to do, I think. Where's Ramstein? There it is. 8 regiments. How many have them now? 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. 3. It would have to be all of my infantry using them. Well, if I go to towns and we find cheap ones in the quartermaster, from now on I'll buy them. But they have to be cheap. I don't really care about them being good quality. This is mostly just to get that achievement. Okay, so we are still foraging. Where do we want to go? I think we want to search this area. So let's head down the road. Such a huge amount of visibility now, which is awesome. I'm mostly just trying to find more expedition armies. Sieges tend to just take a lot of time. That's a lot of encampments. Is that something to do with encampments? Oh, and also... Colonel. Win 50 battles. Doesn't come with anything, though. That's just generic. Camped armies, not encampments. Russian Lundmillets, which do become fusiliers, then either grenadiers or converged fusiliers. Fusiliers are more combat heavy than the musketeers are. I guess if you're trying to get grenadiers, Lumberlitz is a different path of getting to it. If you're, because I have noticed, like, the further into the game you go, the less Cantonist recruits are available. So I think the game is kind of expecting you to then start recruiting the second tier of units, maybe even later on third. But then you have to go 3-6 rather than 4-6. If you're starting at Lumberlitz, that's possible, I guess. And they are 600. I think the cantons were 400. Yeah, I would save my money. Do I want any of this stuff? No, not really. Do I want to fight you? Yes, 100%. How big is it? Headquarters? 15. I would feel quite good about fighting them already. They outnumbered me 2-1 in the Swedish game, and I don't feel like my Swedish army is as strong as this one. Okay, so they have got 3 artillery. Magnate, magnate, magnate. Grenadiers, 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 converge grenadiers. Veteran, musketeer, dragoon, so 1 cavalry unit. This is not a very strong army. Let's destroy it. There is a lot of cover on this map. Just see having the horse artillery up there. Except it really irks me that having horse artillery at elevation still doesn't shoot over units in front of them. I think it 100% should. So the Magnate Grenadiers are there on the left. Grenadiers, Converged Grenadiers are in the centre. And then their artillery is here. So the Magnate artillery looks to be the same level actually as the battalion artillery. I haven't played as Russia, so I don't know what their roster looks like. Is this actually Russia? Yes. No. I think it's my... No. This might be HRE. Except for the fact that they have Polish, Lithuanians, and Russians. I don't know what country this is. I think it's HRE. I think. There's a way I can tell. That's Poland, Lithuania. France, Britain, Austria, Russia, Prussia, HRE, Sweden, Poland, Lithuania. But you can see why I'm confused. Those banners look very similar. But no, this is Russia. Alright, so, horse artillery is going to go here. And we'll see what we can do with you. I think the main fighting point is going to be this woodland here. I think it was combined Russia and something else. That's possible. Yeah, Gustavian Doctrine, Gustavus Adolphus, Officer Radius, Officer Radius, Officer Death Chance. Likely to be aggressive. So, Smoke Cats. You can go there. Sci-fi. You can go there. On the far flank, I mean, this is going to be nasty because it's just open, so I think I'd kind of prefer to fight you here. There is also not a lot of cover over there. So which one of you has your own cover? Could have sworn one of you came with your own cover. No, because I gave it to the artillery. Damn it. Well, actually, that's probably a good thing, except for the fact that you're grenadiers, grenadiers, grenadiers. This is likely to be the really close combat area. So I think I might put the cavalry here, just to counteract that. And yeah, I remember switching ammo. I think that's something you do when they're actually firing, though. So, which is the skirmisher that's left? Intro-night. I mean, I kind of feel like you should be the one going up against their veteran shooters. It means you'll have to move up either really high or fall back down to here. Last thing I want you to do is fight in this. I think I'm still going to put you over on this side, though. And I think we put hex decks with your ridiculous morale in the center with the lifeguards on either side of you. Or the wannabe lifeguards. And then we put Grace Stroke here with Intronite. And we still have Year's Box, which I think is based... Yeah, here we go. You're going to protect my flank by guarding this side of the woods. I like this. And then this artillery... I think I might actually just put... Oops. Over here as well. You're just not going to be as mobile as the horse artillery, which then means... Oh, supply train should come here too. And Mordred, you're going to go basically wherever you're needed. Should be able to get into position here very easily. See. What I might do.
Huzzah!
Actually, which of you has grape shot? It's you, so I want to make sure that you are also in a spot where you can fire easily. And then you I don't care about, so you can just sit back there, that's fine. Supply truck, you go to there. Mordred's currently standing in the middle. In the front even. Back you off a little. Alright, I am pretty happy with that setup. You guys actually have a lot of cover thanks to this. So we're going to see if that system works. If you can actually absorb any fire coming in from there. And if it does, then maybe this is something we continue trying to do in the future. Although you're only getting 29 cover out of it, so... eh. Be prepared for this too. What do I want you shooting at? How scary are you? 55, 59 compared to Russian Grenadiers. Okay, you are actually better than the Russian Grenadiers. How many of you are there? 1400, 800. Okay, so they're elite. Amper. That's the English guns. I could try to snipe their artillery with mine. How accurate are you? 49. And that's the advantage of the little guns. They actually have better base accuracy. Base accuracy at 25 versus 15. But no, I think I'm going to have you shoot the converged grenadiers. They're probably the most dangerous unit here. One unit of dragoons. Actually, might be a bit more risky. You guys are in range. You're shooting the grenadiers, which I'm fine with. You're also in range shooting the grenadiers. Let's have you both going for that. Looks like their artillery is aiming for this as well. Probably this unit, because they're fairly bunched up. So let's have you spread out a bit more. Although I'm kind of expecting these guys to just charge us. So I'm nervous about that one. Let's move the Cossacks up. Let's actually leave you over here. Okay, we're actually doing a lot of damage to them, so maybe! Okay, they are running forwards, and I don't like them running forwards! Makes me nervous. Let's have you guys prepare to receive a charge. I can definitely see that happening. Nope. Interesting. That artillery is going to get bombarded. You're taking a lot of damage. You're taking a lot of damage. You're shooting these guys, which just seems rude, considering that's a bunch of peasants. Okay, these grenadiers are actually falling really quickly. Not as quick as them. Alright, Dragoons versus Cossacks. I don't think the Dragoons are going to win this. That was a little disappointing. Although those Grenadiers have already run like hell. So let's have you turn slightly. Oh, we have a charge. We have a charge! Back the hell off. And counter charge. Range of you. You've recovered meanwhile. Sure. Shoot them in the side. I'm okay with that. Those grenadiers are almost dead, so let's switch your targets. You go and sit in the woods. They should just give up. Shatter. Shattered. Beautiful. You know what? Let them off too. So what I really wanted you to do was stand there and shoot them. I think you ended up following someone, which wasn't really intended. Yeah, you fell into my trap. These are not Cossacks! These are Cuirassiers! You're not ever going to catch them close, just ping pong. And you also ping pong. Yes. Oh, everything's running. Survive. There you go. Boom. That was minimal losses. The only real loss we took, I think, with the Hussars, the Cossacks rather. Okay, hope you're well tonight. Going to watch the World Cup game between England and Norway. Yeah, if I remember to. What time is it? No, what time's the kickoff? Buckshot. Time to bring in the shotguns. Plus 25 accuracy. Oh my gosh, imagine that on a carbine. Oh, that would be nasty. And we've also got Neustats. Good range, poor reload. The Austrians are range. Interesting. Coffee. Reload, move speed. Accuracy and stamina. I should probably give tobacco to the artillery crews. Because you know what's really safe when you're standing around large chunks of gunpowder? Smoking. Yeah, you guys did a lot better this time around. Although again, the howitzer, disappointing. The grape shotgun though, this time you did a lot better. And you without any special other munitions. In fact, did you guys get the highest kills? Excluding the cavalry? No, you got 700. You're also level 7 now, damn. So what do I want? Probably money and ammo. I still have loads of recruits. You've hit level 6, does that matter? I think they're already max level. So replenish. You need to be level 3 or 4, except for London, it's only 2. I guess that's the other advantage. The Converged Fusiliers, they're a lot cheaper to upgrade to. Which would matter more in the +1 cost version. Oh my... Ah, you're so close, 52 experience away. You're meanwhile level 7. Same as those guys. Right, Carnita's already lifeguard. Yes. So what do we loot? So we got the Neustadts, which are really slow firing, but they are long range. We got the coffee. Which amazingly, no, oh no, you're drinking some. Every 17 seconds you shoot. That's quite impressive. And actually, if your reload skill is that good, maybe I should give you the longer range guns. 20 base accuracy, 15. They're more accurate too. It's so slow. How fast are the unshippings? Times 36. Land pattern's 42. Unshippings 45. Okay. Not so bad. Who was I trying to give this to? You. I mean, this actually kind of works well with the buck and ball rounds too. In fact, I could even just give you the buckshot. If you have buckshot and you have that enabled, 75 range, yeah, never mind. Buckshot on the cavalry would probably make the most sense. Because the cavalry are just never going to use that ammo. The problem is, what do you replace it with? I kind of dislike that the different ammo types are equipment. Same with horses. Like, for cavalry, the fact that horses, horseshoes, those feel like they should be like a primary stat for the horses. Buckshot on the grenadiers for the charge. They don't tend to fire and charge, they just charge. If I was playing Sweden, then maybe. Right, and then the tobacco. Rate of fire. No, for the accuracy. I mean, actually, the unit I should be stacking accuracy on is macho. In fact, you're already smoking. So let's give you that. Is coffee good for you? Coffee's really good for you. So maybe we do this. This might actually be... Oh, it's coffee or tobacco. Oh no, reload, sorry, not accuracy. Reload is better. Kind of don't want to keep spending money. Tobacco for the accuracy. The only exception will be you guys. I guess for you. Give you the 6-pounders for more accuracy, but nah. Alright, so Tsar now. Have I been here before? Yes. This is where the London Lits were that I was seriously considering. I will sell... you. You were the only thing I had to sell. You have tobacco. No. Bumped up. Let's go movement speed and visibility, because that has actually proven to be quite useful. I do actually have a bunch of duplicates. And I don't need too many of those. So let's get rid of those two. With one of those. One of those and one of those. Well, still, yeah, artillery don't seem much of a joy to bring into combat. Seems more like they're for when you're breaking forts. Yeah, possibly. I think that artillery can be effective. Usually if you have a enemy that tries to dig in. But the AI is so aggressive that your artillery usually just doesn't have the time to inflict the damage at that long range by the time the enemy closes too quickly, basically. And also just the difficulty you have in positioning when it comes to using grape and canister. I really do wish that the artillery functioned more like the artillery in Ultimate General, where they'll just switch. If something is close enough, they just switch. I would actually say that's probably the one thing about this game I kind of wish would improve, is how artillery is used. Right, so we want to go back to this stance so I can take a proper look around. We could go check out these convoys and encampments. Kelche has infantry recruitables. Let's go down that way. I'm also very much looking for the encampment armies. So far, we haven't had a tremendous amount of luck finding. Chaplain. Ooh, excellent religious items. Our column has come across an old monastery set back from the road. A small brotherhood remains there, keeping to their prayers and tending what little they have. Their gardens are sparse, and well in the yard, and the well in the yard has gone to ruin in these hard times. The prior received us civilly, though they have little to spare. The monks offered holy items that they might part with in exchange for a small donation. One amongst them seemed suited to life in the field and may be persuaded to accompany the army as a chaplain. Well, the religious items are either the crosses or the Bibles, both of which are actually in high demand. I'll take one of each. Morale and charge, and morale and fire damage received. And an excellent quality Bible, I think, can go to Carnita. You already have one. And then the Grenadiers. You've already got a cross pendant. You can get an upgrade. And then you could actually do one of both. Morale and charge, fire and morale damage. Can you do one of either? No, it's one of either. Okay, then that's fine. In fact, this is higher quality, so we'll keep you with that. And you are... You're training to be lifeguard. Yes, I want a third lifeguard. Alright, let's go to Kilche. Some hunting to do here as well. 16 days before the headquarters attacks us. And there are some forts around, and we know that there are some good things in the forts. These are all too high level. Quartermaster, because I was going to keep on checking for ramrods. Lower level. Melee and reload. Morale, damage received, off death chance. I mean, that's really good for a cavalry commander. Stamina recovery, cover effectiveness, charge reduction, veterancy gain. Not as good. What is my current cavalry commander doing? That's not cavalry. That's cavalry. Melee, veterancy, charge, stamina recovery, stamina, veterancy, charge. Yeah, Valiantal is a really good cavalry commander. You could be a good infantry commander. We do tend to put the infantry in cover. So lifeguards rather than grenadiers. Veterancy, reload, move, supply wagon, ammo consumption, reload, stamina. He would be a lifeguard commander as well. I mean, to be fair, you could be a grenadier commander too. Especially with the morale damage received. You know what? I'm going to hire you. And we're going to try actually save up the 3,500 needed. Now I can replace one of these so you don't die. And I kind of like that idea. So I think Kalinicus are going to be switched out for Von Bredo, but we do need to give you a name. So this is where I was using my patrons. So I need to buy my Patreon. That's not it. That's it. What game am I playing? KO. It always says in the title of the stream. Am I going to play Infection-Free Zone tomorrow? Yes, that is currently the plan. Unless I feel like playing this again, which honestly might happen. I lost my train of thought. Patrons. And this has changed again. Create a studio. Yes. Audience. Active. Pleasure level. So no, Verthine was the last one we did. So we've got Andrew Stweeve. Oh, new patron from last year. Nice. So Andrew Stweeve. So this is going to be the Stweeve. But this is a commander, so I can give you both names. Andrew Stweeve. Yep. Excellent. Cool. So, you are set up. We've assigned everyone to the things. We have our 5th commander now. So we need you to level up 3 times and you to level up once. Not impossible. Not necessarily easy, but also just not impossible. I kind of feel like I'm gonna go for one of the forts. The other achievement for Prussia is the encamped armies during one playthrough. I don't know how many we've killed. My guess would be 3. So one of the things that I did find in my Sweden game was... I don't remember if it was like a slums or an outpost or what it was. But it was a character who could who could spot all of the encampments in the game. And it was so helpful because I just kind of went ping, 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 ping. I got like 3 of them in a row. Let's go for the 4. I feel like we're in that position of the game where we can do this. Scouts report an enemy convoy departing the fortress as columns stretched thin beneath the weight of fresh troops, powder and stores bound for the enemy's headquarters. The road ahead offers enough cover for an ambush, though not every part of the column is equally guarded. We may strike at a weaker detachment and delay what aid we can, or fall upon a larger section for greater effect. We're bold, may attempt to break the entire convoy before it reaches the main army, though such a prize would not be lightly taken. Massive enemy reinforced field army. Delays them for 3 weeks. Save. It says T. 45. 5. The advantage of not playing on iron. Oh, 10k. We outnumber them. High level. 4 units of cavalry, including a special. 1,000-man unit. Damn! Pandur Grenadiers. Skirmishers, skirmishers, skirmishers. Oh, this is another mixed army. That's what that means. So this is a mixed Russian-Polish army. I see now. Okay. Hungarian infantry, Polish Janissaries, Petorchi cavalry, Polish veteran, Lithuanian vanguard, Lithuanian field, Polish field, Polish veteran musketeers. So their firing line actually leaves a lot to be desired. Their cavalry is decent. Yeah, I don't think I need to do anything particularly special here. I just need to do my usual shoot them many times until they die. Strategy. That's a lot of cover. That suits me very well. Ooh, and a nicely positioned town with a barely straight line that just goes along there, even down into the woods if I need it. It even goes up here. Nice hill there for my artillery to sit on. What do they have on the flank? Hungarian infantry, which are skirmishers. I can see them off pretty quickly. Veteran muskets, Hungarian infantry, vanguard cavalry. So their center is definitely the hardest hitting. Yeah, and then the Sibirsky Hussars are here. Charge 65, combat 46. And there's 1,000 of them. So that is a dangerous freaking unit. Also, they're very well equipped. So do I want to create a task force whose job it is to kill those hussars? No. I think I just need to make sure that my left flank is solid. My right flank is where I do my damage, my left flank is just solid. Okay, so I'm thinking that we put Macho here to sit on top of this hill, just for the accuracy bonus. And then probably Drug Dealer will sit, like, forwards here. And Crazy Tom somewhere similar. And my cavalry, I think we're going to keep in reserve. As a strategic reserve to basically handle their cavalry wherever they may appear. Grenadiers are definitely going to want to be on the left. Maybe Lifeguard. No, I think we put Hex decks on the left. Question is, how deep does this formation need to go? My guess is not very. In fact, you probably only need to be like here. And then I think I'm going to put Barney to basically next to you. The Cantonists, again, we'll use to protect the deep flank. And Blue Kiwi can go there. think of the majority. Who's the fastest of you guys? Well, that's definitely sci-fi fan. So let's put you with those guys. And then we'll put Smoke Cats in the center just to make use of your killing power. Then Intronite can be on the flank, particularly because you have the range. Greystrike Grenadiers. Mordred probably be needed over there. Well, Greystrike basically is there. Alright, so... Drug Dealer... You're going to about that. I have a plan here. Crazy Tom... Stick you up here. Macho... Definitely staying up there. No, the supply truck. I don't think I have a supply truck. Oh, because it was when Kalinicus, and Kalinicus is not in the battle. I have no supply truck. That could be a problem. Interesting. Alright, so you guys basically moving to there. Let's put you there. You there. Should be everyone except for the cavalry, which we'll put here. I'm Mordred. You there. I would have put the new commander who you called a good cavalry commander in charge of the cavalry. Yeah. With hindsight, probably should have. Huzzah! It still count as cover, I wonder. It does. Interesting. You're not in the best cover. Okay, so probably want you like that. And then Cantonist. So you're not going to be needed to be that deep. Sci-fi fan, you may as well just spread along here. X-Dex. And then the lifeguards. Something like this. So I'm going to say right now, none of you fire until I give you leave. Oh, right. You have your own anti-charge device. Yeah, so you holding the front makes sense, actually. changing my formation a little bit. So Smoke Cats is a little further forwards, but Smoke Cats, no, Sci-Fi Fan's the fast one. I might actually switch you two around. Okay, we have incoming. Incoming. Don't want to waste ammo shooting at skirmishers. That doesn't seem particularly worthwhile. Polish Janissaries, despite being, I think, classed as light, not applying as such. It's interesting they have so many skirmishers over here. I could just charge you with cavalry. Though I still need to be very careful of them, because I'm kind of scared of you. Though your charge kind of sucks, but your melee is very good. Where did that special unit go? There you are. Still advancing. Now in range. 41 kills the first volley. Yeah, bumping up your accuracy was definitely a good move. And you currently are still using round shot. I don't think you're going to have much of an opportunity to use anything bigger, so you go for those veteran musketeers as well. You only got 16 in your first volley. And... $16. Guys, do better. No, you might actually be in front of them. That's exactly the problem. I'm now going to tell you to hold your fire. So you can reload because their vanguard cavalry is here, and I can't let shoot them. Alright, so all of my artillery should now be on fire at will. Screw will. And I no longer think that you're needed there. I think you're probably needed over here. And... it's still not moved. You're out of range, however. So you ping away at them. You go for the veteran cavalry. Yeah, okay. Now you're starting to get some kills in. You're being shot at by them. I was kind of hoping your crazy amount of cover right now would be a bit more effective. That's a charge. Against who? Let's just move you down a little bit. I think it's against you. Let's back you off. And let's have Greystrike Grenadiers form up for a countercharge. You're so fucked. Gotcha. Alright, so... Strokes Grenadiers, you line up there. You move back into the front. Are you preparing to charge me as well? Because it kind of looks like it. Okay, now that number's going up. Need to keep an eye on you though. Alright, so, what are you shooting at? Veteran cavalry, what are you shooting at? The hussars. Good enough for me. And they have now engaged against this. Skirmishers, grenadiers, although all of you are kind of fortified. So fighting against this where we're super entrenched, fine by me. You are the only one that's a little bit kind of out on your own, so let's make you a bit smaller. Spread you out. No, I actually forced you to retreat. Which might have to do it. I thought you should very easily recover from. What I'm going to do is move the cuirassiers to here. In fact, you've already recovered. So with that in mind, I think you'll probably be quite happy to go over here. Because you're about to enter a very nice enfilading position against all of this. You never actually limbered. So you start mowing them down. Pando Grenadiers moving in. Nope, that's a Lithuanian cavalry charge. Back off. And you'll go straight into these guys who are all fully braced against a cavalry charge, so good luck. Because that is also a thing, if you hold down Alt, when you have your unit selected, you can see there at the bottom, it says bracing. That is your resistance to cavalry charges. It is only shown in that Alt tooltip. I think I'll finish you off with a quick charge. And you shoot them. You move up to there, because they may try to do something counter. We've been charged over here meanwhile. Oh yeah, the Grenadiers. Ow, cheese. Well, that's why I put... Oh no, I moved them. Sci-fi bans the fast units. Charge. Smoke cats. Back the fuck off. And now we've got our Grenadiers fighting their Grenadiers. Seriously, stop trying to get involved. This is not your thing. And yes, you did charge me. So I think now might be the Cuirassar's moment. Now those are both just skirmishers. Dude! Back off! Shattered. Right, nothing is now in range for you, so let's just switch you back to round shot and keep you pinging away at the hussar. These are now two completely exposed. Oh no, you've got them. So... Smoke cats! Run! Okay, they've retreated. I'm a little bit concerned about them, because they could do some damage here. It is, you keep following that up. You keep shooting. Yeah, here comes their charge. I guess. You Kiwi, you are way out of position. Because their main hussar unit still has not engaged, and I kind of like to keep my cavalry around to deal with that. I'm terrified of their charge, because their charge is really strong. 67. Mine's 83, but still. So combat. Nice. Alright, so Hexdex, you've kind of been caught out of position here a little bit, buddy. So I'd like you to form up as quickly as you can. I want you to get back. I want you to countercharge them, to pin them for McNasty to then do a charge. And you shoot them. Okay, you guys are moving. You have to charge. You have to charge. Don't like how few men you have. Okay, initial impact wasn't bad, and your morale is way worse than mine. And now we just need to wait for the grenadiers to arrive. Meanwhile, we saw them off dead easy. You turn around and deal with those grenadiers. You ride down the Petahorshi cavalry. And then the skirmishers. Shattered. Hexdex is having a good game. They've been shattered as well. Possibly because of how long I was targeting them with artillery, because I know that artillery does have quite a big impact on morale. Shattered. 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 I wonder if I should turn the S-box into cavalry. I could do with another cavalry regiment, another cuirassier. For anti-cavalry duty. Used for devastating direct fire. I wouldn't exactly call it devastating. Accuracy and reload, don't mind if I do. And we also got a 6-pound howitzer. I think I kind of prefer the 6-pound gun. Howitzers I kind of feel like need to be heavier. Large cartridge box, however, would be good for the skirmishers. Good pocket Bible would also be good. We killed 5,000, they killed 2. And I'm going to just keep on taking the money and the ammo. Talbot's leveled up. So Talbot's in charge of my shooters, so anything which is accuracy or reload, or cover effectiveness. You should never charge. And I'm pretty freaking good about keeping skirmishers in cover, so yes, I will allow that. Right, you are accuracy and reload, which I would very much like to have on the big gun, which is actually where you're needed. We also have half gaiters for stamina and movement speed. actually more important for you. Charging around, you tend to run out of it. At least that's what I found in my Sweden game. Right, then the Bible. You've got a good one. You've got a regular one. I can give you one. No, I can't. You've already got that slot used. Damn it! Coffee is reload and movement speed. Which can be used by anyone. And I'd kind of like you to be reloading faster than you do at the moment. I really don't want to keep spending this money, but I kind of also feel like I need to. Have some coffee. Blue Kiwi hit level 6. Yes, he did. Excellent, we've got another lifeguard. Spotted. Right, and then we were saying Kalinicus should rejoin you because you've got the ammo cart. And then you were melee and damage received, which is a cavalry thing. So yes, we could put Valiant Dahl away. Have Steve gaining that experience instead. And for you to become cavalry, we would need you to get to level 3. We have quite a few cavalry upgrades ready for you. Giving the drug dealer the option to load faster seems bad. You have quite the collection of swords now too. And 2 more level ups. I'm going to give to speed and visibility. And we are now like a month away from the next incursion, so I guess I go for this fort. Do I need any resources yet? I really don't. Right, Staff College. I always forget that these are actually a thing. Wild Geese Veteran. Stamina recovery 40% is pretty freaking good. That would be a really good cavalry. No, I'm not going to spend that money. I'm trying to save money right now. But Staff College, we should check that more often. Let's go for the fort. Oh, actually, let's go to the battlefield. Because that often has free guns. And then we'll go to the fort. And then there's another fort there. Your Grace, while searching the wreckage, our men discovered an enemy officer wounded but defiant. He rose unsteadily and challenged one of our own to single combat. Curious affair, more fitting than the old codes than the present war. Should we allow it, he must decide which of the officers shall take the field and by what arms they shall meet. The men have gathered to watch. Our aristocratic officers are trained in the art of war. Guaranteed dual victory because we are a Junker aristocracy. Because we are the Prussians! Your Grace, your chosen officer met the challenge and before the ranks. Salutes were exchanged and the affair was brisk. At the second pass, he struck true and the enemy went down, calling for quarter. The prisoner is secured, his sidearms papers taken, the men are disheartened by the conduct shown, and the order is restored without disturbance. Reserve officer gains 5,000 experience. Unfortunately, he's already max level. Damn it! Your Grace, our sudden advance has borne unexpected fruit. The enemy's forward command post was taken by surprise. Its staff scattered before an alarm could be sounded. We've captured several officers and recovered maps, dispatches and ledgers within. It's a rare and valuable stroke. Orders await your review. So we get some money. We get a level 2 officer. Or we interrogate the captured officers. All of our officers get 3,000 experience because we have got either command initiative or officer corps training. Command initiative. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Still no sign of the encamped armies. Who knew? You seem to have spotted me from a hell of a long way away. Let's take the fort first. The fortress before us is of such strength and situation that any attempt upon it must end in fruitless expense of men and material. The enemy commander, perceiving perhaps the futility of further obstinacy, has extended a proposal for the exchange of prisoners. He is willing to return a full regiment of our captured infantry in exchange for a number of reservists from the ranks. Moreover, he is prepared to release a senior officer if we consent to furnish a greater number of men. So we can get an infantry regiment, a senior officer, level 4. Or lay siege. Redoubts are unmanned. Lay siege. With their massed bombardment, I have so much ammo. The fortress is now ringed on every side, whether found bare or outworks or reached after forcing them aligned, bar every road and their guns command the walls. No messenger nor cart passes without a leave, and the garrison shows a stubborn countenance. We may maintain the investment and let hunger do its work, or batter selected points and form storming parties. Foragers report scant supplies in the countryside and time away upon both camps. Massed bombardment! Masonry stands, shops by... Damn it! Continue. Massed bombardment! There we go. Excellent. Lose grenade item. I've literally never used my grenades. I know they exist. I tried to use them in the Sweden game and found them really hard to use. Although that might have been because I was trying to use them against moving troops. Against a formation that you're just bombarding and then charging in, yeah, that could work. But I just so often forget that they even exist. I'm kind of tempted to do this because it's a guaranteed capture. That's a likely. Let's go with that one. They surrender! Wonderful. Fortress taken, the colours fly above the keep, the magazines are secured, and the enemy lays down arms within the works. We'll set guard upon the stores and muster the prisoners. We got a doctrine and 4 new weapons. Nice. Actually, 2 Le muskets are good. And then the doctrine. Battle move speed +5, charge +5. Artillery veterancy gain and recruitment bias. Or we can get money every time we visit a settlement. I used grenades today in the infection zone. They did not blow up all the zombies, sadly. Aww. Helenicus coming in with a 72-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support. That is now, if my maths is correct, 6 years. Thank you very much. And at tier 3, no less. Thank you. Okay, coming in with a 58-month prime resub. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there, okay. And Lord Greystroke coming in with an 83-month resubscription. Thank you also for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know which one of these I like. I'm actually re-roll it because I don't love any of them. Have the British bankrolling us. 5% more morale is quite nice. I don't really want to re-roll again because it does get rather expensive. I do like how many different doctrines there are. You have a lot of different options. I think it's actually the thing that's kind of impressed me the most about this game, because I can't imagine they have a very big team. There is a surprising amount of depth. So provision during the winter is useful. Except at the moment we've just been running around foraging, and this act is almost over, and with it the winter will end. So I'm thinking probably the extra money a day. I mean, if that's 100... Let's just do some math. So if an average act lasts maybe 160 days-ish, what's that times 5? 800. I mean, it's not nothing. That would allow me to get the other regiment already. Plus the morale. I do like my morale. Alright, so you guys are now actually trying to run away from me, and we can't be having that. But you know what? It's already getting late, and I think I'm going to call this stream here. So we'll save this for the next time we play. Whether that's going to be tomorrow or perhaps next weekend, we shall see. But in the meantime, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button so you get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this and you want to support the channel, then please do consider subscribing. It helps the channel out. That lets me do more of this kind of content. If you want to support the channel other ways, there is Patreon. We also have a Discord, which is where the cool people hang out. You should come join us and be cool too. All of that stuff is linked in chat. Thank you, Macho, or if you're in the uptubs, it is in the description below. But yeah, that's it for me for now. I'll be back again tomorrow, 12 PM Central European Summertime, for either this or Infection Free Zone. Stay tuned to find out which tomorrow. Until then, bye everyone. Thanks for watching. See you next time.